It's my honor to be here this morning to start the process of the business meeting. So I would like to call to order the 2019 business meeting of the Colorado River Users Association. Our first item on the business is to consider resolutions, and I would like to invite the Resolutions Committee Chair, Wade Noble, to come forward and present the resolutions.
Good morning. Let's review while the remaining 300 are filing in the process of the resolutions for the Colorado River Water Users Association. There is a resolutions committee, and in that resolutions committee originate the resolutions and the position statements. I know that many of you reviewed the resolutions this year, that you didn't find the position statements. The committee actually adopts the position statements. Now, we want you to know that the committee works hard. If you think that the House Judiciary Committee is a friendly place, you ought to come and watch the Resolutions Committee work. Each year at this meeting, we propose to the Board of Trustees and to the various caucuses of the state and the 10 tribes resolutions to be adopted at the business meeting. The Board of Trustees reviews those resolutions and agrees to them. The various caucuses similarly review the resolutions and agree to them. Let me ask at this time, is there any caucus that had difficulty with any resolution? If so, this is kind of like a marriage, please speak now or wait until next year. Hearing none, do I get to do the honors on this, Mr. President? The chair sees a quorum. It is proposed that the resolutions proposed by the Resolutions Committee and cleared by the caucuses and the Board of Trustees be adopted by the association. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Let me move to the next topic, if I may. I'd like to report the results of the caucus's elections yesterday morning. In Arizona, Ted Cook was elected as a trustee, replacing Dave Roberts. In Colorado, Frank Kruger was elected as a trustee, replacing Robert Wolf. In Utah, Zach Renstorm was elected, replacing Ron Thompson. In Wyoming, Keith Byrne was elected, replacing John Zebra. All other currently serving trustees were re-elected by their states and tribes. I would be remiss not to stop for a second and say thank you to all the trustees for the time, the commitment, and the amount of resources that you all apply to make this conference a success that it is always. But I really have to say, especially for a couple of the trustees that have been on the organization for a really long time. And that's a positive for our organization because history is important in this world. So I need to say a couple of things. When I first came here many, many years ago, I had the pleasure of meeting both these gentlemen, and they both were very welcoming and made you feel a part of an organization. And you'll know each one of them when you see them. The first one is Ron Thompson. Ron always was there for you. He gave you phone numbers, always said to call. If you need anything, don't hesitate. I came in this morning, and Ron normally sits about the first 3 rows. Ron was in the back 3 rows this morning. I'm not sure what that means to me, but he's in the back. Ron, thank you very much for everything you've done for this organization, and appreciate it. John Zebra is another gentleman that I first ran into when I first came here and got put on the trustees. And John very patiently explained to me what I need to be doing and which door is which. who you need to know and who you don't need to know. And his comment on who you don't need to know is you need to know everyone. So go and introduce yourself to everybody and make sure that they all feel welcome. So John, thank you also for your years of service, and the organization and the trustees are extremely proud to have you as members. And if you all give them a hand, I'd appreciate that. The next item I've been waiting for 2 years, and the business, is to consider the new slate of officers that put forth for the nomination committee, which was also voted and approved by the Board of Trustees on Wednesday for consideration by the membership. As President, John Entsminger of Nevada; as Vice President, Aaron Chavez of New Mexico; as Secretary Treasurer, Greg Walsh of Nevada; and Assistant Secretary of Treasurer, Mitch Bishop. I've been told to do a lot of things, but here's the one I'm really more happy to say than anything. The chair sees a quorum. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. At this time, I would like to invite our president, John, to come forward and say a few words to you.
Well, thank you, Jim. Thank you for your years of service to CRWUA. Thank you for making sure this has always been a forum where we could have frank discussions and move forward the interest of all the Colorado River users. I look forward to continuing in your tradition of making sure that CRWUA is a place where we can advance the interest of all of the interests on the Colorado River. So, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to thank you for your service and present you with a couple of gifts. First, we know that you like to travel, so on your journeys, please enjoy this leather travel bag. And secondly, anybody that knows Jim knows that he has never once been cited without an appropriate lapel pin. So, in that vein, we have found a water buffalo lapel pin for Jim. So please join me in thanking Jim for his years of service, and I look forward to working with all of you for the next 2 years.
Thank you, John. I really like to travel, in case I'm not sure the reference of Old Buffalo, but Old Water Buffalo, but I'm okay with that. So I don't get carried away here. I think there are, looking out and seeing everyone, I want to say there being no further business for the 2019 business meeting, I recommend that it be adjourned. Thank you. We pause now for just a couple of minutes to get the desk changed and get everybody up here, and then we'll start the program in just a few moments.